Have you ever experienced sitting at your desk for hours, staring at the same problem, making zero progress, and feeling even more behind than when you started? Yeah, I've been there, a lot. Today I'll show you how to break out of that, how to move forward when you're completely stuck, and how to avoid even getting there. Ask for help early, don't stay stuck alone for days, because we all know that stagnation is the enemy of progress. And during my PhD, I experienced this so many times. When I was solving some problem, I read everything, I wrote my code, I stared at the same equation for hours, and nothing worked. And I felt too ashamed to ask for help because I was sure that it must be some silly mistake on my side or some typo that I haven't spotted. So why should I bother anyone with this? But once, after being stuck for over a week, I reached out for help, and the 15-minute conversation changed everything. Because it is so difficult to spot your own mistakes, while someone else may immediately see something that's not obvious to you. So I learned that working alone in my head for too long is the great way to lose motivation and confidence. So ask for help early, ask often. Your future self will thank you for that. Keep a thinking notebook or document. This is the habit I developed because I kept forgetting things, and I realized that having a place where I keep all my notes, unanswered problems, things I want to check, or the next steps helps me to save so much time and energy. What I started doing recently is I keep a physical notebook next to me on my desk whenever I'm working, and whenever any idea pops up in my head, or whenever there is a question I want to answer or things I want to check, I'll write them down here so that it's easily reachable whenever I need it, and I have a safe space where I keep everything important. Similarly, at the end of each working session or at the end of the day, I'll write down all the next steps and things I want to check when I get back to my work. This helps to save so much mental energy, because one problem I used to have repeatedly is even though I stop working and I move on to do something else, the problems would repeatedly appear in my head, and it would be so hard to have a break. So these days what I do is just I pick up the notebook, I write down everything that comes up to my mind, and I tell myself, okay, I have everything written down, it won't get lost, so I don't have to keep thinking about this, but I'll look back into it whenever I get back to my work, which really helps to find the mental peace. Environment matters more than we admit. A supportive environment can accelerate and give you a motivational boost, while a draining environment can kill all your motivation. And one habit I developed while staying in a draining environment was a motivation list. A list of things that help me reconnect to why I'm doing this in the first place. It's a list of things that will keep me motivated. An example of things that I write down there is talking to people who I trust, who see the bigger picture of the field. Reading 2-3 papers that I love because they remind me why I fell in love with this field. Listening to good seminars, whether online or in person. And having in-person talks and discussions that spark excitement. So whenever I feel disconnected, I feel like I'm having a bad day, I don't know what I'm doing, I'll get back to my list and look through the things I wrote down there one by one to see which of those I can do in this moment. And even if I spend half an hour reading the paper that I really love, or listening to a seminar online, that half an hour makes a huge difference, and it's worth it because it would save my whole working day. Motivation comes and goes, as you probably know, it's unreliable, and perhaps the motivation list can help you a bit with that. But routine and discipline are not. It's so important to have a daily routine and stick to it. In order to do that, you need to figure out what works best for you. When is your best working deep focus time? If, for example, you're a morning bird, you find that your mind is clearest in the mornings, and that's when you can go into the work and go with the flow, then protect your morning time at all costs. Move all the meetings to the afternoon as much as you can. Do not waste mornings on checking emails, replying Slack messages, or doing admin work. Try to create a space where you can deeply focus. If you're in a large office space that's very noisy, go to the library or find some silent space where you can go with the flow of your work, and even if it's just 2 hours, protect this time at all costs. Don't aim to be busy, aim to be progressing. You don't need to be working 10 hours a day to make enough of progress. Sometimes 2-3 hours of deep focus will be sufficient to meet your daily goals. and perhaps some admin staff or less important work will take over the rest of the day. And that is okay. But you need the actual time for your body and mind to recover and take a break. And by taking a break, I don't mean lying on the sofa and scrolling your phone, but having an actual time for your brain to recover. Because you need energy to keep going. So give yourself permission to do that. Finding your place in academia or in any new job is incredibly challenging, but it's also extremely beautiful once you do. I hope this video helps you not only to survive it and get unstuck, but also to enjoy it and make the most of the journey. If you like this video, you may also want to check out this one, where I talk about how to choose the right supervisor, which is one of the most important decisions you will make. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.